Squid Game. The story begins with Seong Gi-hun, a divorced father and gambling addict who struggles to support his daughter, Ga-young, and repay his mounting debts. Gi-hun lives with his elderly mother, who works tirelessly to support their household. His life spirals further when he steals her money to gamble, but loses most of it, only to be beaten by loan sharks, demanding repayment. One day, Gi-hun is approached by a well-dressed man at a subway station, who challenges him to a game of daji, a Korean game involving flipping paper tiles. After losing several rounds and enduring slaps as punishment, Gi-hun finally wins and is given a card with an invitation to participate in games, offering an enormous cash prize. Desperate for money, calls the number and is picked up by a mysterious van. He is sedated and wakes up in a massive dormitory with 455 other contestants, all in financial despair. Each contestant is identified by a number, with Gi-hun assigned for 156. The players are informed that they will compete in 6 games for a prize of 45.6 billion won, around $38 million. However, elimination from the games means death. This revelation shocks the players, but many, lured by the promise of wealth, decide to stay. Game 1, Red Light, Green Light. The first game is a deadly version of Red Light, Green Light. Contestants must cross a field while a giant robotic doll monitors their movements. If they move during red light, they are shot dead. Gi-hun and several others narrowly survive the chaos, realizing the deadly stakes of the competition. Many contestants want to leave, but the rules state that the games can only end if the majority agrees. After a vote, the games are temporarily stopped, and the contestants are sent home. Back in the real world, Gi-hun and others realize their lives are just as grim as before. Many voluntarily return to the game, including Cho Sang-woo, Gi-hun's childhood friend and a disgraced investment banker, Kang Se-byok, a North Korean defector trying to reunite her family, Oh Il-nam, an elderly man with a terminal brain tumor, Abdul Ali, a kind-hearted migrant worker, Jang De-ulba, a violent gangster. Game 2, Honeycomb. Players must carve specific shapes, circle, triangle, star, or umbrella, out of delicate honeycomb cookies without breaking them. Gi-hun, who picks the umbrella shape, discovers a clever method of licking the cookie to weaken it and survives. Many players fail, further reducing their numbers. Game 3, Tug of War. The contestants are split into teams of 10 for a deadly tug of war match on high platforms. Gi-hun's team, which includes the elderly Il-nam, uses strategy and teamwork to win despite their physical disadvantages. Game 4, Marbles. Players are paired up, believing they'll work together, but are shocked to learn that only one player from each pair will survive. Gi-hun faces Il-nam and deceitfully takes advantage of the old man's supposed senility to win. Sang-woo betrays Ali, while Se-byong forms a brief, heartfelt bond with another defector before ultimately surviving. Game 5, Glass Bridge. Players must cross a bridge of glass panels, some of which shatter under weight. The sequence requires both luck and strategy. Dok-soo is forced into the front by Minyo, who pulls him down with her to their deaths. Sang-woo betrays another player to secure his survival. By the end, only Gi-hun, Sang-woo, and Se-byok remain. Game 6, Squid Game. The final game pits Gi-hun against Sang-woo in a violent version of the childhood game Squid Game. Both men fight desperately, but Gi-hun ultimately wins. Sang-woo, consumed by guilt and despair, takes his own life, allowing Gi-hun to claim victory. Gi-hun is sent back to the real world with the prize money, but is emotionally scarred. He learns that Il-nam was the mastermind behind the games, orchestrating them as entertainment for the ultra-wealthy. Il-nam dies shortly after their confrontation. Though initially reluctant to use the money, Gi-hun decides to make amends by helping Se-byok's younger brother and Sang-woo's mother. In the final moments, he witnesses another recruitment and vows to take down the organization behind the games.